So let's welcome in Sportsline boxing analyst Peter Kahn there in Vegas in the media room. I know you just got done with some of the weigh-ins. We got some more ceremonial ones coming up. Getting us ready for Saturday night, the first time these two were also facing off at 168. 4 years since their last one. Álvarez now 32, Triple G 40 years old. Triple G hasn't lost since 2018. Canelo, meanwhile, lost just 4 months ago. How do you think that's going to affect him heading into tomorrow?
Well, first and foremost, thanks for having me on. Yes, it's electric here in Las Vegas. There are no hotel rooms available. I don't know if you saw the ticket prices, but face value is $5,000, $3,500, $2,500, $1,500, and people are buying them. So it's going to be a great night on Saturday. To answer your question, I don't think that Canelo has anything to be ashamed of fighting one of the top fighters in the world, Dmitry Bivol, at 175 pounds, losing that fight. What can you say? Canelo's been a champion at 154, 160, 168, 175. When you're chasing greatness, sometimes you're going to come up short. And look, Bivol is a great fighter. So I don't think that is in Canelo's head as much as wanting to really cement his legacy against Triple G and have no questions after that fight on Saturday.
So you mentioned him cementing his legacy against Triple G. Let's talk about what this means for Triple G, 40 years old. Just the significance of a win or a loss for him.
Well, he's 40 years old. He's obviously, this is the end of the road. There's a couple of things with Triple G, right? He's had a great career. Interestingly enough, Canelo, over his career with his 57 wins, 2 losses and 2 draws, has fought just under twice as many rounds as Triple G has in his career, which I think is a total of 228 rounds. I think that this is everything for Triple G. Of course it's about the money, but I really don't think it's about the money. I think this is Triple G looking to make a statement and go out the way that he envisions going out, because he didn't have to take it. He doesn't need the money to take this fight against Canelo, but I think it just means so much to him, having had the controversial draw in the first fight, a close decision loss in the second fight. I think it's more just unfinished business for him. But look, there's only one person that's undefeated in boxing, and no, it's not Floyd Mayweather. It's Father Time, and 40 years old. It's a lot to ask for. Plus, he hasn't been as active as Canelo over the past 3 years. This fight, in my opinion, is taking place 4 years too late. It was almost a year to the day when they fought the rematch, and then now 4 years later, definitely a lot of time has gone by. Less activity for Triple G. But look, we're going to see what he has left in the tank. The one thing I can say is, as a big puncher, the last thing to go in boxing is power, and Triple G has plenty of that. So we'll see how he can perform on Saturday.
So let's talk about keys for each of them to win. Let's start with Álvarez, leaving no doubt in the minds of any of his haters out there. What does he need to do to get the win?
Canelo just needs to do what he always does. Box, use the distance well. He has a great defense, high boxing IQ, use his combinations. I think what's important, which he learned from the first fight, was he can't be the counterpuncher going backwards. You can't let Triple G come to you because that's what Triple G wants to do. I think when Canelo applied the pressure in the second fight, it surprised Triple G. And when Canelo's a pressure fighter and he's coming forward, he's pretty much unbeatable. If you notice, Bivol was pushing him back in their fight. So, did not allow Canelo to do the things that he likes to do. So the main thing is come forward, apply pressure, manage his distance, and set up his shots.
All right, on the other side, Triple G to get his revenge, further stamp his name in the history books. How does he get his fist raised tomorrow?
He needs to apply the pressure. He needs to fight the fight that he fought in the first fight. It was a very close fight. You can argue he won. It was a draw. It was a close draw. He needs to apply pressure. He needs to not let Canelo have the ability to get his shots off. And he needs to hurt him. Plain and simple. Triple G's made a career knocking guys out and overpowering guys. And he really needs to do that. He needs to start early. He cannot let this fight go, 12 rounds. He needs to try to impose his will, start fast and try to hurt Canelo.
What about a prop for those of us who are not in Vegas or will not be spending $5,000 on a ticket? So maybe we're going to spend like $20 on a prop bet here. Is there something you like for tomorrow?
Yeah, there is. I would say a nice underdog prop at plus 165, bet $100 to win 165 would be Canelo by TKO, KO, or DQ in the 9th or 10th round. I just have a feeling that this fight is also equally as important to Canelo to silence the people that were really on top of him about the tainted beef and the clenbuterol and all of that, and Triple G gets under his skin. I believe that he's going to try to stop him the same way that he was able to stop Sergey Kovalev, I believe, in the 11th round out of nowhere. Canelo's the kind of guy that if he finds that moment, he can take advantage of it. So at plus 165, put a little money down. It's a fun bet. And if things go the way that I think they're going to go, the fight's not going to go the distance. Canelo is going to stop him. And if we're already having him stopping him, we might as well do round betting. So I'm looking for a KO, TKO, or DQ in the 9th or 10th round for Canelo.
Okay, so that is when it comes to a prop. I want overall just your pick to win, though. And maybe that's the direction where you're headed. You're there in Vegas. I know you got reps for each side kind of walking around, so if you need to whisper it, whatever. But who is your pick to win tomorrow? Yeah, scream it out then.
Listen, Triple G's camp was literally just here, so I don't have to whisper anymore. I'm picking Canelo to win. I really believe that Canelo is going to come out not only looking to remind people that he's Canelo and the loss to Bivol was just him really going for greatness and moving up into a weight class that's really not his best weight class. The other thing I want to mention before we go is they're fighting at 168 pounds. Triple G's been a career middleweight at 160. Canelo has been dominant at 160 and 168. So this is truly a better weight class for Canelo. I think he's going to be more powerful. I think he's going to get the stoppage later in the fight.
And thank you for touching on that. That was my last question. Who maybe feels a little bit more comfortable at 168? Send us pictures or bring back a souvenir. I don't know, whatever you want. Peter, have fun. They're in Vegas. Enjoy tomorrow. Stay safe. A bunch of people are there. As you mentioned, no hotel rooms available. By the way, you can get more from Peter and all of our friends over at Sportsline. So you can join now for just $1. Go to sportsline.com/join. Promo code is TROPHY. Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.